Stavatti's been a ghost ship, 20 years of empty claims, with hangars full of garbage and dreams that never came. Now he's fishing for new suckers to store more junk inside, while promising his gullible fans hover cars and free energy rides.
We are working on anti-gravity. As soon as we get financed, which again is coming very soon.
Divine insights were handed down, but now they cost a fee. In the wacky world of Wilcock, that's the way it's gotta be. Financial resets, debts erased, a world so fair and bright. The alliance never came, and neither did his wife. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Extraterrestrial pals, they're coming here to stay. Disclosure's always just around, but aliens delay. Law of one, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, all mixed up in one. David's stealing from the best, but his fans think it's a brand new one. Plagiarizing Prophet, that's his favorite routine. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense reigns supreme, we'll all get rainbow bodies, whatever that might mean. And Jesus is an alien, the wildest thing you've seen. David's on a hero's journey through dimensions far and wide. Draco reptilians know where he lives, so in his mansion he must hide. Catastrophes and end times were on the brink, he said, but my coffee's brewing nicely, and I'm still in my bed. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. No one's suffering like David in his mansion grand and tall, with bison, steak and chicken, he's the loneliest of all. His teeth are fake as his prophecies, and courses that he sells. In the wacky world of Wilcock, he's ringing all the bells.
If we bathe in our own urine, we can gain superpowers. Doing the bath does help. Or you urinate before you get into the bathtub, and then you drink new water out of a glass, and when you're in the bathtub, you can do a little more.
Buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. His PowerPoint slides are packed with schizophrenic rants, forced to stream on YouTube now, bankruptcy's a stance. Stavatti Aerospace, a Ponzi scheme they say, so pay pigs better pay up, or like Corey Good he'll stay. So many dates, so many dreams, none of them come true. But hey, don't fret, just buy the course and I'll enlighten you.
For God's sake, take the deal, okay? But you have to take the deal and you have to cooperate. Rise, rise, rise. And you feel yourself, kinetic energy of levitation, tingling across your skin.
In 2012, we'd all ascend, a cosmic ship was due. But here we are in 24, and nothing much is new. Mass arrests and cover busts, beliefs should quake in fear, yet they're still here, sipping wine, and we're all stuck right here. In a world of greer and good, crush and loot, with their claims nobody tops David Wilcock, with his fringe and wacky games, while they're sharing UFOs and theories kinda tame. David's got aliens who wanna sleep with him and eat him, what a shame. He's the master of the bizarre, with rainbow bodies on display. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense leads the way. So here's to Dave, the shyster bold, with tales so far-fetched and grand. In his world of make-believe, where fantasy's second-hand, he spins his fairy tales and lies between his YouTube streams for his cat crystal ladies who gobble up his dreams.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. It is time to enter the wacky world of Wilcock once again, and it just keeps getting wackier. If you've been keeping up or not been keeping up, I should say, David Wilcock has to stream every week because he's broke as shit, and his only income source right now is scamming morons on YouTube out of super chat money. So that is his basically his sole income. The books aren't selling. Mostly, I believe the books aren't selling anymore because anybody that was dumb enough to buy them has already bought them. So he is in desperation mode, still claiming that some big deals are brewing with Stavatti Aerospace, who hasn't produced a single airplane product or service in the 30 years they've been in business. David Wilcock, what is it, maybe a month or even 6 weeks ago, said they got an $800 billion deal, but the money hasn't come through yet, which, it's kind of absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, that's not how business works. If somebody's entering into a business deal with you, especially for huge money like $800 billion, you write a contract, you sign it, and then the money changes hands. It seems like David Wilcock is being taken for a ride by the same company who's currently being sued by an investor who gave them $1 million and never received a penny on his investment back. He was supposed to get, I think he was supposed to get back something like $5 million. Anyway, uh, a lot of people are saying that David Wilcock got scammed by this company. And now they are just stringing him along, telling him that these big deals are coming in and they'll be able to return his investment money, but they haven't returned anybody's investment money to my knowledge. So this is going to be a real problem going forward. So every week now for ages, years, David Wilcock is basically, I believe, repeating the bullshit that he's being fed by Christopher Beskar and Stavatti Aerospace. By some reports, David Wilcock gave up to $1.5 million to this company, plus helped them, paying bills and things like that. But I guess he didn't pay all of them because many of the creditors that are owed money sued Stavatti, including their very own accountant. If you are not paying your accountant, you've got some big problems. And I have finally located, I have a very special video for the bonus tonight that we can share. Should we hit our goal? I'm not like DSP though. I generally don't withhold the content for the goal, but I'm just putting that out there. If we hit the goal tonight, I have a very special video that we've never seen here. You've never seen it, most likely, of David Wilcock channeling Ra, who he later said was not Ra. It was the Archangel Michael masquerading as the Egyptian god Ra. Because angels lie, right? That's what they do. They fool people and lie. Chill Station 7 is here with one for the goal already. And I noticed it's not in my aggregated chat, but I noticed earlier when looking in on the live chat that Chill Station 7 has been a member for 4 months. So thank him for that, and also for the kind and generous $5. Repeating my favorite line from the Wacky World of Wilcock song. The arrests never came, and neither did his wife. Now, you can take from this what you will. Call it rumors and speculation. But people are saying that David Wilcock's wife, she left because he never fucked her. And he never made her come when he did fuck her, which was a very infrequent thing. I guess if you're gay and you prefer male buttholes to a female vagina, it's kind of hard to help a girl finish if you're really not into it, right? But thank you, Chill Station 7. Yes, the arrests never came, and neither did his wife. Yeah, and we'll give you a big shout out and thank you here. 1 second. Where are these bumpers at? Oh, here they go. All right.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. And there's another one from Chill Station 7, not Wilcock related. You should react to some ordinary gamer expose considering your computer background. Yeah, I followed that on Kino. That's a hell of a story. He's all kinds of different career choices, right? I don't think so, but thank you.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, we're praising it pretty good already, and it should be a quick show tonight because there's not many clips from his latest live stream. Moths Loves Detracting says, "My tribute to the Egyptian god Ra." Well, Ra has commanded you to send me money, and it's working. Thank you, Moth Loves Detracting, longtime show supporter. Same for Chill Station 7, longtime show supporters, my favorite kind of supporters.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
All right, now we're just about all caught up, I believe. I don't think I missed any. Let me just check through once again to be sure. No, I believe we got them all. I will check in with the Kick Live chat before I forget. Just so everybody's aware, I read and thank every single person that sends support our way, whether it's on Kick or on YouTube. If you become a subscriber, if you gift some memberships or gift some subs on Kick, we shout out and thank every single person. So we're all caught up on Kick as well. So the interesting thing about his latest live stream, Wilcock that is that he's so out of fake shit to talk about. He has nothing left because he's forced to just repeat himself and stream the same, stories and repeat. He's just in a loop. He's caught in a loop. And so the interesting thing is that now he's so desperate for material that he's basically updating his followers on his bowel movements. Talk about a trauma dump, right? He is literally telling his viewers about how good his bowel movements have been lately. Does anybody really, do you want to hear about anybody's bowel movement? I know I don't, right? Troll is here saying, "We are legions." Yes. And Tales of the Sonic Voyage is here saying, "Greetings, fellow supervillains. Tales of the Sonic Voyage, send me one of your music videos. We need musical guests for the Internet Insanity Circus show, and I'd be happy to include some of your stuff." So, that's the big update, that David Wilcock is shitting great, like right now. He's having an easy time taking a big dump. And poor guy couldn't get the yogurt he likes because the health food store is closing or some shit that he goes to. So he just ate strawberries and blueberries, and then he shit himself almost. He just kept shitting and shitting and shitting. That's the big update for the week, right? Yeah, he has some dreams of eggplant. I think he puts eggplant in his asshole myself, but that's just rumors and speculation. So, yes, we are many, says David Whiteman. Yes, there is an army of Stevens out there. Who cares about his digestive system? Exactly. Nobody cares about his digestive system. So why? It's one of those things, friends. I'm looking forward to later because it's Taco Tuesday tonight, and I didn't eat dinner yet. I figured, let me do the show. I don't want to eat a bunch of tacos and do the show. That might not, speaking of bowel movements, that might not turn out too good for me, right? Okay, so let me get over to, where did the clips go? Oh, geez. Another bit of business. A lot of people have been asking me about this Internet Insanity Circus show. It's going to be a Kick-only show, and we are beginning that show this month. It starts. The first one, for those that are curious, I'm so happy. I can't wait to get all this stuff done. I've been working on this show and the concept and the puppets and the clips for so long now, and the graphics and the backgrounds and everything. We're finally getting started. Saturday, August 30th at 8 p.m. will be the first Internet Insanity Circus show. And I'm going to have co-hosts each week. They're going to rotate in and out. So far, we have Lynx, former Lolcow Queen host, and Grace Thorpe, former Lolcow Queen. And you guys don't need to send me messages or clips or lore about either of them. I'm fully aware they're very controversial girls. That's why they're on the show, right? And you'll be able to ask questions to the co-hosts. So if you have questions that you really want them to answer or talk about, that's fine. We have a free speech zone, so we will let you ask them whatever you want. People are asking about Grace Thorpe and her father and all this weird shit. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. We're going to get started with the clips. And right now, one moment here. Let me get my screen share going. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. All right, we're gonna get the clips going, and special thanks to Macario as usual. This is the stream we're covering tonight. David Wilcock live, the Great Hawaiian Scare, but he actually talked about shitting a lot more than any of this stuff, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's begin. He's wearing anal beads around his neck. Why is he wearing anal beads? And they're very brown. I'm just going to say that. Yes, he's so psychic that he didn't see his divorce coming, right? That's kind of funny when somebody claims to be psychic and then they get divorced. You know, Sylvia Browne, famous psychic, was divorced 4 times. I guess she didn't see that coming every time. So Macario says, great news, but no money, of course. The deal is soon. His followers are morons celebrating in chat as if Stavatti is building something. Can you believe the design for the jet? It has a big engine in the back that produces thrust. Who would have thought that? Guys, he's pulling on his eye again. Yeah, that's his tell. Signal, signal. John Christian Spadavacci says, every week the deal is coming. It's a meme at this point. Exactly. Oh, one second. I'm listening to the video, and then I realized I didn't put it on the screen. Sorry for the amateur hour stuff. We'll just muddle through here, though. Let's go.
A major breakthrough with Stavatti, you guys.
Oh, sure.
That's why I'm wearing the gold shirt.
Major breakthrough.
And I psychically sensed it coming, okay?
Yeah, sure you did.
We had our normal board meeting on Thursday. As you know, I transcribed the board meeting for the group, and I'm also a major participant, you know, major investor.
You mean a major moron that gave a company that's never produced anything millions of dollars, like a dummy, like a moron?
Thanks to your ongoing support, I want to say again how much I love you guys.
Yeah, they're paying your bills. You better
Beach
love
boy,
them.
nice David.
Loser.
Hubba hubba. David's got that skibidi riz. Let's be honest, David, do you ever not have sizzle?
Oh, yeah.
Another Tuesday, Friday promises, Nick Sasma. No, this is definitely not that. So I go into the board meeting on Thursday, and I sit on the desk.
And why do they have to have him transcribe the board meeting? They can't get a computer and just record the board meeting in audio or video? And by the way, he does the board meetings by a Skype call. Can't you record Skype calls? Like, why does he have to transcribe it like we're in 1922 and, you know, we don't have technology? This is supposed to be a high-tech aerospace company, and they can't figure out a fucking screen capture software?
There. And I decide that I'm going to wear this gold shirt. And I said, you know, let's just attract abundance, and let's be happy, and let's get this all going.
His eye again. He does that when he's lying a lot and making shit up.
That there was incredible news for our company that was already, you know,
you ever notice every week?
Thing. So here's what happened.
Every week there's incredible things going on, but yet they still never seem to actually make any products or services. Like, come on, dude. Every week incredible things are happening, but where's the money, right? Where's the products? Where's the hover cars? It's childish and so stupid at this point. Like, how long are you going to keep lying, David Wilcock, or just repeating the stuff that Stavatti is telling you? Do you realize you've been telling your followers for years that the money's coming soon? For years now.
This is our SM-31. This is a trainer aircraft. It's got a very big engine in the back.
Oh, big engine. Looks like a G.I. Joe toy, dude, that you 3D printed in your garage. It's not a real airplane. It's not a real product. It's bullshit.
We can shoot out a whole lot of thrust here really fast. This actually travels Mach 2.1 or maybe even 2.2.
No, you claim it can. Show us a real airplane. That real airplane doing Mach 2.2. Never going to happen, loser.
And so it's very fast. And that's
claim
really
it's very
good for
fast.
people training to go on even faster flights because, again, if you get up to our SM-39, Now you're looking at having it go at Mach 4.
Looks like they
which would be
stole
the
that
fastest
from
plane
Buck
that
Rogers. Look up Buck Rogers.
humanity's ever made that's an
Spaceship.
airplane. I mean, there could be
Space fighter.
UFO type
Looks
of
just
stuff
like
that's
that.
a lot faster. I'm not going to deny that.
Guys
But
are ripping off
for what
Buck
we're doing right
Rogers.
here, Mach 4, this is going to be the premier aircraft in the world. And I want to get to the point where we're making these. So this requires new engines. If you look on the underside here, let's get up close now. If you
That's
look on the underside up here, you'll see
Troll.
how there's air intakes. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you see how there's air intakes there? It's kind of like sideways there. Oh, man, it's so there. Okay, you can see it now. So anyway, the air goes all the way through the entire length and then comes out the bottom down here.
The only way,
and these are
the only way that airplane is ever going to do that speed is if somebody puts that toy aboard, like one of Elon Musk's rockets or something. It will never be made. It will never do the speed that he's describing. It will never be a real working flyable prototype. It is just pie in the sky bullshit for moron followers that follow David Wilcock that believe anything he says at this point.
Our CEO, Chris Beskar, has designed new engines that actually allow you to shift from regular cruising speed.
I call bullshit on that. Do you know how hard it is to design a jet engine? I don't think that Chris Beskar has the brain power or gray matter to actually design a jet engine. But what do I know?
Which is
I just have a father who was a literal aircraft mechanic, you know? Like, I know some things about aircraft, you asshole. You are not just designing an engine that can do what he's describing yourself.
Already going to be supersonic to afterburner. You can shift cleanly between afterburner and regular speed. And so this engine design that we're doing is also going to be in our airliner, the SM920. And as I said, we've got a contract for that. We're anticipating.
Yeah. Oh, the money's coming soon. Okay, David, the money's coming soon. Again,
funding very soon.
Funding very soon. You've been saying funding very soon for 3 years now. Like, how long are you going to kick the can before everybody in your audience, even the dumbest of your moron followers, are going to go, you know, I don't think anything with this Stavatti shit is ever going to happen.
So my life is about to change, you guys, because...
Yeah, he's always right on the verge. Look at his bald spot. He's broke and he's bald. Really bald. Come on. Come on. How long is he going to keep this charade up?
We've been trying to raise money to get this going because this is a nice starter project in the sense that it has conventional engines. This is a conventional engine in the back. We don't have to invent something new. And so once we get this funded, everything else kicks off. And so there was a guy we were working with.
There's always these different guys that are going to invest, but then they never actually come up with the money. Did you notice that about him? All these phantom investors, everybody's just lining up to give this company, this failure of a company that's never produced anything. You know, I'm sorry. I don't believe that people are just lining up to give millions or billions of dollars to this shitball company that's been caught lying about wind tunnel contracts they didn't have, that's been caught lying about owning facilities that they don't own, that's been caught lying about creating laser weapons for the U.S. military. They keep getting caught basically telling BS stories. They haven't produced anything in 30 years. So pardon me, I don't believe that there's all these phantom investors that are just falling over themselves to give millions or billions of dollars to this fake company that has never produced a single airplane in the 30 years it's been in business.
Kept wanting to rip us off. I mean, I'm sorry to be rude, but like, you know, I don't want him watching this and getting all mad. But like, yeah, he wanted very, very unreasonable deals. Like, aerospace is a strange thing where...
Yeah, Wilcock is an expert on aerospace. This moron barely knows the difference between it. Oh, anyway.
Can't just say, I want some massive percentage of the project. You have to keep it within a reasonable range. And so, you know, we kept getting people coming in saying, we want to overthrow your whole board of directors.
They should. If a real investor came in with real money, they should fire everybody that works at the company, because for 30 years, all you losers have produced exactly nothing, David Wilcock.
Fire everybody. You got to buy out your shareholders. You got to buy out, that which would include me, right? So I'd have to be bought out. Then we'll give you this money, but you got to get rid of everybody. You got to get rid of your board of directors. We're going to hire your board of directors. We're going to take over the company, and we just want Chris Beskar. We don't want anybody else in Stavatti, just the CEO.
No, I'd fire that loser too. He's a loser. Christopher Beskar is a loser. And we know he's a loser because a winner would not start an aerospace company, collect investor money for 30 years, and then never actually build anything. A winner would not do that, but a loser would. So, David Wilcock, you're a loser, and your CEO is a complete and total loser at business as well. I mean, I can't really even relate it to anything. I ran a business selling things on eBay, and I didn't manufacture a lot. We did manufacture a few things, if you could call it that. But anyway, you know, we made a product and we sold it direct to the public on eBay. And the first product was on the market within, I'd say, 3 months of filing the business paperwork, the LLC. I used to run a company called Lost World Magic LLC, and we sold magic tricks all over the world. And we made the magic tricks in the United States, believe it or not. And we competed with Chinese cheap shit, and we did pretty well. But anyway, you don't start a company and then not produce. I get it. There's a big difference between producing a little magic trick and producing an airplane, but still, 30 years, you haven't made anything for 30 years. That means your company is fake and that you're a loser, and everybody that works for your company is a loser.
Yeah, so we had a huge breakthrough because
it's like, this is basic business. If you start a company, you have to have something to sell or a service to sell in order to generate revenue for the company. This is business 101. I don't understand how Wilcock doesn't understand that, like, 30 years, they've never produced anything. Echo.archives is here with a kind of generous 199, says, this here is our anti-gravity butt rammer 2000. Absolutely. And thank you for hearing the call of the goal.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Yes, my friends. And we've got another one from Chill Station 7, who's the MVP of support tonight. Wilcock is the 3 Bs: broke, bald, and blatantly gay. That's right. He is definitely. Yes, I totally agree.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Wow. Troll is here with one for the goal. Let's go for the extra innings, guys. You guys do not want to miss this fucking lunatic loser channeling Ra. We have that for the bonus material tonight. So let's hit the goal. Thank you, Troll, for hearing the call of the goal.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
We are praising it. And a big bunch of support from Ex-Duke Instinct, which I think is Archduke Instinct as well. How dare these investors want to take 100% of the warehouse that is empty other than some dumpsters being stored there? You are correct. For a time, Stavatti's only income was garbage dumpsters being stored at their airplane hangar facility.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
That is correct. We are praising it. Thank you very much. That's one big one for the goal. Big support from Ex-Duke Instinct. Thank you very much. Let's go. And I'll check in with the Kick chat periodically. I keep hitting refresh, waiting to see some Kick money. Still no Kick money. God damn. Don't make me start bitching like Darkside Phil. I'll turn off the Kick stream. I'll do it. We need some Kick support. I got to do the Super Beggar Sampler like Darkside Phil. We need some Kick support, right? Best viewers. Why my Twitch chat is so dead. The only people there is there's like 2 people there and somebody trying to sell me bot views, right? Yeah, it's so lame. YouTube changed the chat name, so I get this name, Ex-Duke Instinct crap, instead of the proper Archduke Instinct. This is yeah. I noticed a lot of user IDs are changing lately, and I don't know why. Or they're adding letters and numbers to them. But in any case, I'm still glad you're here, and I'll call you Archduke Instinct because I figured that was you with such a similar name. I hate the David Wilcock faces on the ladies. It's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be cringy, But thank you. Face to the screen, I believe that is, for the kind and generous one for the goal. Yeah, let's hit this goal so we could see the raw channeling. This is a never before seen, I believe, video. I mean, it's been seen, but not by our crowd. Well, I got it from a wackadoo channel. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
We are praising it tonight. Let's continue. See what this lunatic is saying. Another deal is coming soon, says Macario. He hates seeing the truth in his chat. How long can he really go on? We know that he has been saying for years that the money is coming. Exactly. And here he is saying it again.
Yeah, so we had a huge breakthrough because this is a guy who actually has his own capital. He's not just an intermediary. He's actually a source of capital. And he wanted to fire everybody, and he wanted to take over the company, and he wanted like a majority percentage and all this.
Which you should give him, because your current team has been a complete and total failure at producing any profit or any products even, right? And does that investor know that the other investor that gave you guys just $1 million got scammed? He claims he got scammed by you guys in the court documents, and that your company is an investment scam and a Ponzi scheme.
Like, look, we just can't offer this kind of stuff to anybody. Let me turn my lights on here. That's important, huh?
Yeah, you'd think he would do that before the show started, moron. 180 IQ moron.
Oh, they don't want to come on yet. I guess I just plugged them in too recently. Let's see if this one will come on. There we go. But that one doesn't want to. All right, never mind. Anyway, we're making progress. We're getting our lights going. So, again, the SM-31 project is one of our premier aircraft. It's got great things going on. Smash the like button. Thank you, David. I love you and all you do.
Pulling on his eye again. He does that when he's making up fake stories on the fly, I believe. That's a tell, like in poker. Like, I'm lying. I have to self-soothe, so I'll just pull on my eyelids.
So thank you, Teresa. Lynn Dome, great to hear you today. I'm in jet engine development. Are you hiring? Would love to work with you, says Relax Time.
Sure,
yes,
yeah.
If you have,
yeah, definitely. We need airplane people, sure.
If you think you could be a member of our community, a member of our upcoming company, please write us. So anyway, this guy has now, it turns out that Chris's letters were too long, because he writes very big letters, and I've told him this, let's try to keep this more brief. Well, it turns out that the guy never really read anything that we were telling him about why you can't fire everybody and why you can't have a majority percentage. And anyway.
So in other words, Christopher Bestar rambles and writes 10-page letters to investors, which might have something to do with the fact that they can't close any deals.
After I put the gold shirt on, after our board meeting started, I found out that
notice the pausing. He's making this. I believe he's just making this story up on the fly right here live.
This guy has now agreed to our business.
Also, you notice how his eyes are shifting to one side. People do that when they're engaging imagination. They don't do that when they're recalling memories.
Actually agreed to the exact funding percentage that we offer in our business plan, which is a tremendous miracle. It's just beyond anything.
Oh yeah, big things are happening.
It's totally awesome. It's totally amazing. And I'm very, very excited. So they say they want to do it quickly.
Yeah, you mean the money's coming next week, David?
We're trying to get contracts, and we You know, so it looks really positive. I think that this could all matriculate very quickly. We have a prime source type of guy now. He's got very good connections. So yes, thank you guys in advance for your good wishes. This has been a really, really great
I think
week.
that he's trying to like deal with his depression and his anxiety over the fact that his whole scam is coming crashing, smashing down. For those unaware, David Wilcock is currently selling the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, which is something that he has done twice before. And we're all going to know that he's pulled the Ascension is Coming Soon scam 100%. The third time here was a complete and total scam come January 1st, 2026, because after all, he's selling people books and saying that the Archangel Michael said that Ascension is coming in 2025. Well, if 2025 ends and there's no mass arrests and no Ascension, we'll all know that you scammed your audience yet again.
And I live in upstate New York, is Stavatti in Niagara Falls. Yes. Nanasani says, I worry Chris is stringing David along. We do get a few of those comments, but no, absolutely not. He had a huge breakthrough.
He's not being strung along. You've been repeating what Christopher Beskar has been telling you for like 3 years now, that the money's coming next week. The money's coming soon. We got an $800 billion. What happened to the $800 billion deal that you mentioned 6 weeks ago, bro? You know, like, do you think that the internet doesn't forget that you said you got an $800 billion deal 6 weeks ago?
Nanasani says, I worry Chris is stringing David along. We do get a few of those comments, but no, absolutely not. Let's see what's going on here. Why am I not playing?
Look at him. Look at his face. Look at the scared look on his face. What if he is stringing you along, David? What if you're never getting a penny of your money back, just like those other investors never got a penny of their money back? And tick-tock, motherfucker. Tick-tock, David Wilcock. Because in 148 days, the whole world is going to know that you scammed everybody for the third time with the Ascension is Coming Soon scam. You've got less than 150 days on this grift, bro. Even though you said Ascension would come by May of 2025, now you pushed it back to, what is it, September? And I guarantee in September, he'll push the scam back to December. He's trying to give himself every day he can to collect money from these fucking morons that watch him and believe anything that he says. 148 days. Tick-tock, David Wilcock. Charles McDonald, who's already a Praise the Cash member, has gifted a membership, and I'm happy to see who it went to. Even though Terry Joyce, you should be a member already, bitch. Why do my users have to give you a free membership to my channel, bitch? Why didn't you already give me the $5? Not my, well, she is a poor college student. And by the way, for those unaware, Terry Joyce from Not My Rabbit Hole just graduated with a degree in like digital journalism. I'm so proud of her. Big ups to her. But hey, listen, this is why you got to hit the subscribe button, because if you're in the live chat and a kind and generous person like Charles McDonald gifts one of these memberships, you could win one, but you got to be a subscriber to be eligible. The gifted memberships go to people who are subscribers but not yet members. So thank you and big ups to Charles McDonald, who's been a longtime show supporter for quite some time now.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
That is correct. Thank you, Charles McDonald. And now we have Dave says 7244. The story is 100% lies. He knows it is all cooked. I agree. He knows that his whole scam is coming crashing down. But thank you for your kindness, longtime show supporter Dave 7244. Big ups.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, we're going to go back to the clips. This one's 252.
We have several things.
Apparently, says Macario, he is thinking about selling or borrowing against the house or selling the house. Strange, I thought he didn't own the house. Yeah, he moved his house deed into some holding company, and then he somehow let the paperwork for the holding company that owns his home lapse. And a lot of people are saying he put the house into a holding company to prevent the IRS from putting liens against him, because he owes the IRS $1.5 million because he's a fucking moron. Rincito says, can we also talk about all the donations David gets? In 10 minutes, I watched different people donate $225, $199, and $200. David also seems to hate acknowledging them as if it is beneath them. Macario says he hates his followers. He believes he should be able to sit in his house and just get money. That is correct. Why does he need to tap equity from his home when he has an $800 billion deal plus another $25 million coming through? Macario says he has said that before. I think it was $10 million to get them going, then $20 million. And Liz says, didn't he transfer the house out of his name? Maybe it can be transferred back to settle his IRS debt in a lower one-time lump sum. I don't know. We need ICS to unravel this mystery because I was under the impression he transferred the house to avoid IRS accountability. Macario says vested funding also has an address in Florida for a time. It happened to be the house of Liz Laurie. Yeah. Now he's talking. He can't do another winter there. It's too tough living in a $2 million log cabin mansion. He can't possibly be expected to survive through another, Colorado winter, right? He's a pussy.
Cooking right now, and they're all very, very imminent. And then to add, because we have the airliner deal that's in the works, we're expecting that to happen. Now we have yet another deal that I just found out about on Thursday.
All these big deals
that nobody saw coming. And then there's yet another deal I also found out about on Thursday that could be for like $25 million.
Wow, all the $800 billion is coming, $25 million is coming. David, wow. Except this is all works of fiction.
25 is not a huge amount, but it's enough to get us off the ground and make us happy. So
I believe even if they got 25 million, they still wouldn't produce a single product or service. That's my personal opinion, and I'm entitled to it based on researching that company's abysmal history of taking investors' money and not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is create airplanes with it.
These wins are so big that it's just dazzling. I don't know what else to say.
Oh yeah, David Wilcock is winning so big. He's got an $800 billion deal. He's got a $25 million deal. Except for the next 6 months, he's going to be repeating this shit. And you ever notice like the deal amounts change constantly from week to week? Remember, it was $100 million deal he had with one of the investors, and then that didn't happen. So he starts talking about an $800 billion deal, and then that didn't come through yet. So now he's talking about a $25 million deal. I think David Wilcock is basically retarded, and that this retard gave all of his money to this company to get a title, Director of Exotic Technologies, right? And I don't believe he's ever going to see a penny of his money back. And I believe that this retarded moron has just been listening to whatever Christopher Beskar says about all these big deals coming and repeating that to his dumb as rocks followers. Adam Wooford, longtime show supporter. So when is the earnings call? Almost every company has a public earnings call. Valiant Renegade covers Hollywood studios. That's interesting. Yeah, but it's not a publicly traded company, though, so they don't have to make their finances public. But if it, and they've never produced a single product or service, so they have no earnings. And according to the court documents, their only income was one, from a dumpster company storing dumpsters, and two, from a sewage company dumping fill on their facility. So they're basically allowing somebody to dump sewage shit at their property for money. That's their only income. They have no income from anything in the aerospace sector. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Big support tonight. Thank you, Adam Wooford. And we have big support from Chill Station 7. He's acting like a teen who got robbed by the weed dealer and is in denial about it. Exactly. Yes, you are correct. And thank you to Chill Station 7, big time show supporter and the MVP of Super Chats tonight.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
I am very blessed by you guys. Thank you very much. No. How about yes, right? Anti-gravity dumpsters sounds interesting. Yeah. So let's continue listening to this clown lie about these big deals.
The wins keep on getting bigger and more imminent. As I just said, we're now vectoring in 2 more deals. And then winning yet again. I was having trouble sleeping last night, you guys, because unfortunately, if I make the slides right before bed, it's a very bad idea. So I apparently do not have the ability to control myself. Let me borrow $100,000. I'd like to borrow $100,000. Hubba hubba, says
He's broke.
Richard Collins. Yeah, everything is going great. Don't worry about me. The synchronicities are piling up.
You gotta take a moment too to think about how dumb his followers are, right? Here's a guy who's saying, "Oh, my company's getting an $800 billion deal," and yet they're still sending him super chats. Shouldn't he just turn the monetization off and not accept super chats since he's getting an $800 billion deal? How much of a moron do you have to be to give money to a guy who claims he's getting an $800 billion deal or a $25 million deal or even $1 million deal? Stop making slides. Yeah, somehow that's how he sells the lies. Like, even though it's a lie, if I put it on a slide, people will believe it because I took the time to put it on a slide. It must be true. They're dented. That is correct, right? Feeling Cole celebrates 3 months of membership. Time flies when you're watching the Cambion destroy Wilcock's grip. Keep up the good work, dude. Love the content. Well, thank you for being a member and helping us to praise the cash.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
Ra commands 100 more of you to sign up to become members. Because I need that money. I really, really do.
Like you can't imagine. And it's a very exciting thing. And I'm also looking at the possibility of turning this house into cash. That's one of the things I might actually do, because if the IRS would be kind enough to offer me a lower amount.
The IRS is basically going to make him homeless. Suffer, David Wilcock. You're going to lose your house. You're going to be living in a fucking box in Sedona, Arizona, begging crystal hippie bitches for food.
For what I owe, then I would be able to actually monetize this house and potentially pull out like $500,000 of equity from here that I could use to rebuild my life. And that's all of a sudden becoming very exciting. Now I'm thinking, you know what, dude?
I don't think he has $500,000 equity in that home. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I don't think he has $500,000 of equity in that home.
I mean, it's great right now, and I like it, but when winter, we're already going into winter. This is one of the things I didn't make slides for.
Oh, he didn't make slides to talk about how horrific the winters are in Colorado mountains and how he has to struggle to survive in an uninsulated cabin in the mountains. He lives in a $2 million mansion. It's ridiculous for him to cry so much.
So maybe it is time for somebody else to enjoy this place and for me to move on, because by the time I would want to move back here next summer, with all the stuff going on with Stavatti, I mean, I'm probably going to want to live closer to one of our facilities. I'm going to end up wanting a whole different scenario. I don't know how much I'd even be able to come here. So that
poor guy's got to sell his $1 million mansion. Poor guy's got to sell his mansion to survive.
The handwriting on...
One's got to ask themselves, too, like, here's what I'll say. A single man does not need a $2 million mansion. There's no way that a single man should be in a 4,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house by himself. It's just ridiculous. It shows that he has a bloated sense of self-importance and he's trying to impress people. Adam Woodford says, well, at least he could go live with my ex. She lives in a desert with all the other crystal hippie bitches. Well, that's where they live, right? Sedona, Arizona, crystal hippie bitch capital of the world.
Wall. You know, if I can finagle a deal with the IRS because they know I'm going to be a major taxpayer in the future, I can get it down, get the offer down. You know, I've heard that they'll make incredible deals. So this is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, they will if you get an IRS if you get an attorney that's familiar with those kind of deals, but you're broke and can't afford one, so you're a loser.
Then that's a very exciting idea too. So I definitely am looking at Sedona for the winter. So you might end up seeing me broadcasting from a completely different set.
And his ex-wife lives in Sedona. Isn't that interesting? And what did I say? Sedona, Arizona. That's the crystal hippie bitch moron capital of the world. Plenty of stupid people out there for you to scam, Wilcock.
So yeah, we're looking at all the possibilities, and I'm really excited about that as well.
He's so excited. He's so excited, friends. Everything is great. And listen, if everything is great, you wouldn't be looking into selling your house.
Go full bald, says the swill. You've got the head for it. No. If you actually see me with a bald head, my skull goes like this. It comes up and then it's flat on the top. It's not round. It's sort of like a step pyramid.
Why not go full bald? You're already half bald, and I hate people that are half bald and are in denial, like guys that do the sweep over. Oh, I fucking hate the sweep over. Like, just grow yourself a set of balls, have some dignity, and just shave your head. You know, growing up, my best friend, he started losing his hair when he was like 19 or 20. And as soon as it became like really obvious that you couldn't deny you're going bald, he just shaved his head, and he's been a bald guy ever since. And by the way, some women really like that. That friend of mine gets laid constantly, so even with no hair. Review Tech Mongolia is here. That was me celebrating my 3 months of subbing. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Thank Ra Almighty. We're having a good night of support so far. I'm going to check in with the goal in a moment. We're only at 7 of 30 for the overtime, but come on. 23 more.
I was delivered by forceps. The sides of my head kind of got smashed in.
The doctor crushed your skull. Yo, look how big his fucking head is. Look how big his head is. Imagine how much he wrecked his mom's vajayjay coming out, right? Imagine, right? Was that 9 and 10 inches of snowfall? 9 and 16 inches of snowfall per year. That may be true. Are you talking about where he lives? Netherland, Colorado. Somebody look it up. Stand up and be counted. God bless the goal. Yeah, they crushed his skull. That's why his head's so big. Yeah, exactly. Stand up, be counted. God bless the goal. Yes, his brain is mush. He's dented for sure. All right, let's hear more about his head, right?
My skull goes like smashed in.
Oh, his head got smashed in. Great. He's got a smashed head. Wow.
My mother is in hospice. That's the winning crisis right now. Pamela Palmer has breast cancer. Muggsy dealing with jerks on my HOA.
Yeah, listen to this. Somebody said, I just lost my mother in his live chat. Do you think he would say, like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss? He's supposed to be a spiritual guru. Somebody said they're dealing with cancer. He doesn't say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, and I'll pray for your speedy recovery or anything. He's so selfish and self-absorbed and arrogant, this clown. You're supposed to be a spiritual guru. If somebody tells you they have cancer, you're supposed to say something nice, you dumbass. He's not even good at grifting. He's terrible at this spiritual guru scam stuff. He's terrible at it.
Constant hip pain, says Lynn J. Dental surgery tomorrow, says Wendy. Sunflower Heart, my son told me he's now a woman. I'm concerned I have family living on Vancouver Island. I'm the only one awake in my circle. Extortion from tyrants. What else do we have?
Talk about trauma dumping.
You, I'm completely bankrupt, lost my friends and family spreading this message.
Lost his friends and family spreading this message. Somebody lost their friends and family because they are repeating David Wilcock nonsense so much that nobody wants to be near them or around them. And wow, would you look at that? Rust and Rourke. who's already a Praise the Cash member, has kindly and generously gifted 10 Truth Seekers memberships. And Tina Tomsky got a free membership. Call Me Astro, free membership. Garage G got a free membership. Nicholas Carter 1745 got a free membership. PNW Survivor got a free membership. At JSEC8 got a free membership. Midnight Castoff, Ellen Ebony, Chris Frisch got a free membership, and Only Iced Kit Kat all got a free membership thanks to the kindness, generosity, and support of Rustin Rourke. This, my friends, is why you got to hit that subscribe button, because when a kind and generous soul hears the call of the goal, like Rustin Rourke here, and kindly and generously gifts these memberships to expand our community, you could win a free membership, but you must be a subscriber and be in the live chat, and you could win a free membership. YouTube randomly gives them out to people who are subscribers but not yet members. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and thank you, Rustin Rourke, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness.
Making it
Thank
rain
you for
up
your
in this
generosity.
bitch.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. Tales of the Sonic Voyage says, Steven, shout out your email here again, and I'll send you some music videos. We'll talk about what kind of stuff you're looking for. I got you. Yeah, and thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, and this is, thank you, Tales of Sonic Voyage, longtime show supporter. And this is the email address. A lot of people screw it up because they put an extra S in there. It's one truth seeker, the word show, @gmail.com. There you can find me, and I check that email daily, so I'm usually pretty well up on it. So thank you for your kindness. And also, I don't really need to say this, but I will. We're going to cite fair use. This is a transformative work. We're educating the public and critiquing the videos that we are sharing. This is the textbook definition of fair use. We're providing commentary. This is a transformative work, and so on.
Spreading this message.
Yeah, so somebody lost their friends and family spreading Wilcock nonsense. And that doesn't even seem to affect him. Think about that, David Wilcock. Your bullshit is so annoying that somebody lost their friends and family by repeating your nonsense, right? Something else.
Have any of your fans previously asked you to play tapes from 1999 for a few seconds to hear your voice? Yes, but we don't have batteries in this. I think.
Yeah, people want him to prove that he actually predicted anything, or even that these tapes are real.
Actually, I think this broke. I don't think.
Oh, my tape recorder broke, so I can't play any of the tapes.
I do have another tape machine, but
why don't you have them digitized?
At some point, we'll do that. At some point, we will do that.
Yeah, at some point when he really, when the scam comes crashing down January 1st, 2026. Ridiculous.
Are you working on a new documentary? Not just yet, but we are. I'm going to do 2 events so that we can get some income going. And again, we're probably going to do one in Boulder and one in Burbank, and I'm hoping that I can get both of those booked this week.
Yeah, he's got to hurry up and do these live events before 2026 ends, or 2025 ends, because when 2025 ends, everybody's going to know that all of his predictions were totally wrong and that he scammed everybody yet again.
So we can start pre-selling you tickets at a discount next week. So be on the lookout for that. And again, at least for the first one in Boulder, everybody gets one of these beautiful pieces of white limestone.
Oh, you get a rock.
They're all quite attractive, and they're all...
By the way, I'm sending a reporter to one of those events. I'm going to try.
Land.
And we got to praise the cash, because this asshole is going to charge our reporter like $300 to get in. But I think it's a worthy investment. So praise the cash, bitches. Let's get $300 so that we don't have to worry about it. We'll just send a reporter and pay Wilcock the $300, because it's going to be worth the $300 to hear what lies he's telling people at a live event. And if we find out that he's lying to people at a paid speaking engagement, telling people that Christopher Beskar worked on classified projects or whatever lies he tells, I'm going to take the evidence of that directly to the Colorado legal authorities. And I'm going to want to know why they're allowing him to defraud the public and commit consumer fraud against the public.
Whether I'm here...
We'll see who gets arrested first. Wilcock, you or me?
Not anymore. After
Remember, Wilcock said that I was going to arrest it. I was getting arrested and I was going to get the death penalty. We'll see, buddy.
after now, because again, I might decide this is a good idea to get out of here, even if I had the money to stay. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely know I don't want to be here for 8 months of winter.
Sounds like he's having trouble paying the bills on that big mansion he can't afford.
So these stones are really a cool way to connect with me, and we'll get them to everybody that goes to the.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you give me $300 to hear my rambling nonsense of bullshittery live, you also get a rock.
Event at least.
Next, we'll go to the next slide. We don't have too many left. This is a short show this week.
They kept discussing a treatment that they were going to do to me in order to purify me.
This is when he starts talking about his asshole again.
Uh-oh. After investigating and researching for a long time, they wanted to consolidate all of the minerals in my body and then remove them all at once throughout my rectum.
All right, wait a minute. What did you just say? Did you hear the words that are coming out of his mouth? He says that he had a dream that somebody was discussing a treatment that would be done on him in order to purify me. In order for David Wilcock to be purified, they have to take all the minerals in his body and they have to rip them through his rectum. That's right. That's how you purify yourself. You rip all the minerals out of your asshole. What is he talking about? Archduke Instinct is here and says, stand up, be counted. We got to send that reporter to David Wilcock's live event. Yes, we do. And thank you for your kindness. Caleb Kebbel, 1964, with a kind and generous $1.99. Yearly snowfall in Sedona is between 9 and 10 inches. He's a pussy then. Do you know at my cabin, we can get up to 4 feet? Wait, no, I don't want to misspeak, so let me look it up. My cabin is in Goldsboro, PA. Average yearly snowfall. Okay. Goldsboro, Pennsylvania averages about 70 to 80 inches of snowfall per year. This is significantly higher than the state average, which is around 39 inches, according to On the Snow. The higher snowfall totals in Goldsboro are likely due to its location and elevation in northeastern Pennsylvania, closer to the Pocono Mountains, which experiences higher snow accumulations. So this pussy can't survive a winter. David Wilcock, what a pussy are you? Thanks for letting me know this, Caleb. Much appreciated, and praise the cash and all that. Yeah. This lunatic pussy, it's just, he can't survive the winter.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it. So, Caleb, this pussy can't survive a winter where they get between 9 and 10 inches of snow. And meanwhile, at my cabin, they get between 70 and 80 inches of snow. And that's something else, right? If we go on the higher end, 80 divided by 12, that's more than 6.5 feet of snow. So I guess I was right. I said between 3 and 4 feet. No, it could be up to 6 feet of snow at my cabin, and I survived just fine. David Wilcock, you are a pussy, bro. You are a bitch. Oh, 9 or 10 inches of snow. I can't survive these terrible winters here. It's so bad. Dude, I survived 60 inches of snow. And I knew it had to be that high because I remember one time there was a snowfall where there was 18 inches of snow. And I had to get up on the cabin roof and shovel it off because the roof can't take that kind of a snow load, right? It's a lot of weight, right? We overbuild our roofs there because it's so, you need to. There was a lot of nothing, and his stream was just over 3 hours this week, so I didn't get as many clips. No problem, Macario. Thank you so much for doing that for us. MVP of clipping David Wilcock is Macario Mend, and I'm so thankful because we used to remember Macario. I used to just go through the whole stream, 3 hours of nonsense.
With no minerals, you would die, of course. So this is a kill attempt. Well, this is prophetic of you know what, and anything involving a trip through the rectum it turns into a railroad spike. So it's like that's also further indicative of abuse.
He's talking about a railroad spike in his asshole, friends. Did he just say that? It turns into a railroad spike in my asshole.
It turns into a railroad spike. So
Yeah,
it's like that's also.
He's talking about sticking a railroad spike in his rectum. What is he talking about, bro? Call Me Astro is here. So you have to pay thousands, lose your family and friends for a pretty rock, and to hear this man talk about putting things in his butt or out of his butt. Yeah. Apparently that's the thing. I don't know.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Thank you. Call Me Astro with 1 for the goal. By the way, for the goal tonight, the super chats have to be 5 or more. I believe Jeremy Rise could use your help with Ashton's cult. Yes, he has contacted me about that, but the problem is that summer is my busiest time of the year. And I very rarely do other people's shows, but I'm going to try to make some time to do that with Jeremy. He's a friend of the show, and I want to help him out. But the problem is I have both my boys home all day long, so I'm basically on house arrest for the next month. And then I'm busy at the cabin from Thursday night to Sunday night. So, and the internet is pretty shaky at the cabin, or I would do it from there. We're going to figure it out, though. Thank you for reminding me. All right. So he's getting railroad spikes up his rectum.
So further indicative of abuse. So purify, in this case, they want to purify you with the treatment.
That's a treatment? Putting a railroad spike in your rectum? Pulling things out of your rectum? And why is he so focused constantly on assholes? Like he dreams of penises and men's buttholes. There's got to be some kind of psychological reason he's dreaming of penises and rectums. This is gross. Penises and rectums. It's all this guy talks about.
Which again, you know, in my case, I'm not worried. I know you guys are going to want to show up if I appear. I just have to do it.
Yeah, I think he'd be lucky. He'd be lucky to get 200 people to show up, I think.
Thank you again.
And they would be the 200 stupidest people near that event. The stupidest 200 people would be the people that attend his event.
Helping us. I mean, it would be great if we could get a big surge of orders and then you're just contributing a little bit to an overall initiative that is going to totally save my butt and make me feel so much safer and happier, eliminate my debt.
Yeah, why is it your audience's responsibility to eliminate your debt? Like, this is like, what is that guy's name? The quartering. This is exactly like the quartering. You spent too much money, and now you want your audience to pay for your lavish $1 million lifestyle and also pay off all your debts for you. Like, did the audience spend all that money, or did you, David Wilcock? Why are we responsible for your personal debts and personal happiness through lots of money? Dave 7244 with £2 says railroad rectum spike compilation blues. This is gross. That is gross.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yes, Arlene is saying supervillain Steven morphs into daddy Steven during the day. Yeah, I'm having a good time, though, hanging out with my boys. Because my son is nonverbal autistic, my older son, it's very difficult to go anywhere, so we're just hanging out. But we're going to do some things this week, like bubble party. My son loves bubbles. And, you know, just whatever. I'm making him lunch. I tell my wife, like, don't worry, they'll be alive when we get home. You know, I'm doing a good job, and none of the kids are allowed to escape the house. Yeah, I'm doing my best, Arlene. This Mr. Mom shit, I got to watch that Mr. Mom movie again because I remember that movie, and that basically became my life some time ago, being Mr. Mom. Stavatti says they recruit from AIAA, American Institute of Aeronautics and Aeronautics. Yeah, he could say that, but I don't believe it. And thank you, Dave, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much appreciated. So, yeah, so he's basically saying that he needs his followers to get him out of debt. Did your followers, or were your followers the morons that didn't pay the IRS $1.5 million in income tax? And what happened to the millions of dollars that you didn't pay the income tax on? Where's that money?
And everything will be fine. So I really do love that. I did almost forget to mention the earlier dream was about Edgar Cayce. There were taxes I had to pay to the Edgar Cayce legacy. There were also $35. I wasn't sure how to do that, but I felt like I needed to. So this is prophetic, again, of my desire to earn more money and alleviate outstanding personal debts. And Cayce was also broke, right? Cayce was broke, and he never really made any money throughout his life. That was a big source of frustration for him and his family.
Yeah, maybe he should have got a fucking job and stopped lying to people that he had superpowers. Maybe you should do the same thing. Get a job, Wilcock, and stop sucking at the teat of morons to survive. But I don't blame him. David Wilcock has collected millions of dollars from morons on the internet. And he's wrong about everything. Some psychic. This is a great scam.
Personal debts. And Cayce was also broke, right? Cayce was broke. And he never really made any money throughout his life. That was a big source of frustration for him and his family. So it's interesting in that sense as well. So on the same day after I had this dream, I was devastated because I was expecting to imminently get $10,000 for a book deal.
Oh, too bad. The book deal fell through. But this is in
And then
1999.
the whole thing got shot down, never happened, it never came through. And to me, this was truly devastating. So I started pitching radio shows. And again, the equivalent of that now is getting conferences going. So hopefully I can get them going really soon. So here's what I wrote in my journal. I got an email from blank expressing that I was not going to get the book contract that
I don't understand how this is a prophecy.
hoped for. My mother came in at the last minute, assured me she would pay my rent for me even if I had no other way to get money. That was really kind of her.
His mother had to come in and offer to pay his rent.
For a while there, I was quite scared. I went from wanting to move out to worrying about how I would keep the place I already had in a very short period of time.
David Wilcock is literally a bored rich kid whose parents always bail him out. I'm surprised he's not hitting them up for money now, right?
I was very wiped out at the time after driving many hours on the I-95 from New York to Virginia. And Stavatti is rebuilding itself after...
So the David is vested funding LLC. He is talking about selling the house or pulling money out from it so he would have to own it. God, he's an idiot. I believe that the house is priced a little over $2 million right now.
Haven't had the money and have been financially busted. So again, it's a hang glider as well as an airplane, and the hang glider is an aircraft. So many references to my aerospace company in these Michael prophecies. We have great deals coming in. We had
great deals,
big news this week.
Huge
this
news.
guy is accepted.
Big deals coming in. Well, when are you going to actually make a product and have a working real airplane? Because they haven't done it for 30 years so far, you loser. You're a loser. Your board of directors are all losers, and your CEO is definitely a loser.
Our offer, hopefully we're going to move forward really
My
quickly.
favorite with that CEO is lying and telling people that Beskar armor in the Mandalorian series was named after him because he worked on spaceships for the prequels. No, you asshole. Anybody can look up IMDb. He's not listed in the credits to Star Wars. That story is fake. And John Christian Spadavacci got to the writer of the Mandalorian series who confirmed that story is bullshit. Your CEO is telling porkies. He's telling bullshit stories to try to make himself seem important. He's a loser, just like you, David Wilcock. 30 years of failure. These two belong together, these two lunatics.
So I do believe that it's all going to end very soon, probably as soon as I start getting these conferences out there and you can come see me live in person. Everything is going to magically heal. The hologram is going to resolve.
But you know what's so funny is that this clown's been crying that he's broke for 3-4 years now, right? If all he had to do was to not be broke was go do some live events, wouldn't you, like, if this was you and you were broke, But you could make $100,000 in one day doing a speech somewhere. Wouldn't you do that immediately? Like, why would you wait on that? This is how lazy he is. He just wants free money from morons. One True Saxon is here with one with 2 pounds. Wilcock is the king of nutcases. I believe that.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
I believe that. Thank you for your kindness. I can't wait to buy my ticket, says Mr. Protractor. Yes. He lied about going from Virginia to New York. I-98 is east to west. You need to take I-95. Yeah, well, he lies about everything, including insignificant, unimportant things. That's the mark of a pathological liar. They lie about things that don't even really matter.
Then, you know, if I want to sell the house, I might still do that. I've been discussing this because
Thank you, Caleb.
I got it when I got it compared to now. It's increased in value by maybe even $750,000. So there's actually equity here that's sort of like money I could use. If I'm not going to be here till next summer anyway.
David Wilcock totally involved in original Star Wars
somewhere
movie.
else. So
The
that's
Death
one of
Star
the
was
things that's very
constructed
much on
from
my
one of the
mind.
wrinkles in
It's
his
totally
gigantic
in
forehead.
time loop, dude. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it?
Oh, I'm thinking about moving. It's totally prophetic. It's totally in the time loop. There's no time loop, you moron. There's a bullshit loop. He's looping, right? He
And
just
they-
keeps looping the same BS over and over and over again.
We're trying to have a party in the dirt places of the sidewalk. It looked dirty.
Macario says, imagine how dirty his house is. A couple of months ago, he talked about cleaning the kitchen and the layers of grease and dirt. We saw the video where it showed his lamp, and even that was filthy. We have seen the clutter in every room. He has talked about mice in his garage and mice shit in his car. He's saying there are mice in his house. Did he ever think that maybe it's because his house is filthy? We have seen open bags of food that he feeds the turkeys. Yeah. And listen, here's something that I do know. If you're going to live in the mountains, you got to get good at dealing with exterminators. Not dealing with them, but being one. I don't pay an exterminator, but every year at my cabin, because it's in the middle of the woods, you know, there's field mice everywhere. So every year we get a few mice in the cabin. And every year I do the same thing. I put out a bucket trap, and then I put out block poison, and then I put out snap traps all around the cabin. Usually this happens in the early winter because they're trying to get inside and get warm, you know? And you have to do something about that. This moron has just let mice, he's talked about it for at least a year, that there's all these mice in his garage and in his house. If you let them go, they breed and they stay, you moron. And I get it. He's such a pussy. He can't do anything for himself. He's not like a DIY guy. Like I don't know, maybe it's my father and his effect on me. My father never paid anybody for anything. We painted our house ourselves. We did our own roofing, carpentry, drywall, whatever, electrical, whatever, plumbing, whatever the house needed. My dad did it. Like, we don't pay people. So I get, like, in my family, we don't pay exterminators. Well, that's not true. In one case, I think that we did. We had they were digging up the riverfront in Philadelphia near where our house was. And all of a sudden we got slammed with a crazy mouse problem. And I tried myself for a couple of weeks, but my wife was freaking out. There were so many mice getting in and whatever. It's an old house, so there's a lot of places for them to get in. I hired an exterminator in that case, and he came like every other day for 2 weeks. And he emptied the traps. Anyway, my point is, if you got a problem like that, you got to do something. You can't just ignore it. He's a moron. His supporters are getting scammed twice, and it's a circular scam. He dry begs for super chats, gives a portion to Stavatti, then cries when deals fall through, for which he dry begs for more hoax money. Yeah, you are correct. That is correct.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Allie Rogue is here and says, you've done a great job on your cabin. Aren't you a failed model, right? I've been keeping up with the Sarah drama. Allie Rogue is a great, I remember your modeling photos, but I think you took most of them down. I would never call this girl a failed model. She had some cool photos. But anyway, yes, I have done a good job on my cabin, and I'm building a new one. I'm very excited about that. I just got a new property near the other cabin, but it's going to be something like 7 acres of wilderness. And my new cabin is right in the middle of the 7 acres of wilderness. This first cabin, it's been 5 years I've been building that cabin. I just slow and steady wins the race. Some of my friends used to make fun of me because I refused to take out a loan for materials or anything. So, we bought the property and then we paid it off. So I didn't have money to be paying off the initial loan and buying a lot of materials. So I got creative and I built the cabin basically out of trees and trash. The windows are recycled from the trash, the doors, some of the lumber, the ceilings in the one room are recycled from somebody was ripping paneling out of their basement. Yeah, I have really worked hard, and it's been a labor of love. But that first cabin is nearing finally being completed, so I'm going to concentrate on the second one. But back to Wilcock, talking about his mouse infestation and his dirty, filthy squatter house. It looks like a squatter house.
And I didn't want to be a part of it. So in this case, I think that we are all seeing the people who want to have a party in the dirt, the negative, the demonic. Remember, the demonic lives in dirt.
Yeah, and I could be wrong. Allie Rogue, did you take your modeling pics all down at some point? I thought that you used to have a Facebook page or something for those, but I haven't seen it. And anyway, it's funny. Sarah's calling anybody a failure at anything. She's a scammer.
And so I actually cleaned my house. One of the things I said was, okay, Michael must want me to really clean the house before I, get these slides finished. So
I don't understand this either. Like, if you live in a $2 million house and you don't want to clean and you make $258,000 a year, can't you just pay like a cleaning lady like $50 twice a month to come in and clean? Why do you let your environment be filthy? Like, we've seen his house is filthy. It's literally filthy. And listen, I shouldn't talk because I am very blessed with a clean freak for a wife. Like, my wife is not happy and unless the house is pretty clean. Now, having 2 kids, it only gets so clean, but still, my wife is constantly cleaning, and we live in a very big house, probably almost as big as Wilcock's house. So she's always like, oh, I'll clean the downstairs bathroom today. And then the next day she'll clean the upstairs bathroom. And then the next day she'll clean the bathroom in the master's bedroom, and then she'll clean the living. But my wife is constantly cleaning. So it's easy for me to be critical. But I swear, when I lived as a bachelor in my own home, before I got married, I would clean once a week. On Friday, when I got home from work, I would clean the whole house. I lived in a tiny house, so you could do it in a couple hours. Because I knew that, like, if I was going to have girls or dates over to my house, women are not comfortable in filth. They may tolerate it if they really like you, but it's got to freak girls out if they come over to your house and you're a total slob and your house is filthy, especially the bathroom. If you're going to have a girl over to your house, pro tip, make sure the bathroom is as spotless as you can get it. And Allie is saying, yes, I went super private. I'm more of a photographer now. Oh, that's too bad. I liked your photos. They were cool. But I don't know. Maybe you'll put them back, right? And by the way, Allie, I want you to message me because I wanted to ask you a question, but I want to do it off air. And it's kind of important. So DM me on Twitter or PM me on Facebook, or I'll send you a message because I have something that I want to ask you about, and it's important. So please do that. All right, let's go back to this guy talking about his filthy house and how he's cleaning it finally.
Actually did a great big cleaning yesterday, and I used Boca on the hardwood floor, and I swept and I vacuumed, and everything is so nice right now.
That's something that you should be doing like once a week or once every 2 weeks at least.
It's really, really great. So, again, this is prophetic of humanity resisting the partying in the dirty places.
Oh, yeah. Me cleaning my house is a prophecy. Like, this is so stupid. Like, here's a prophetic dream. Things look dirty. I know. I'll clean my house and then I'll tell my audience that the prophecy came true. The prophecy is about dirty places, and I just cleaned my house yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so psychic. You're a moron.
Could be underground tunnels. That could be evil things going on. And we're all resisting that now. Now, check this out. This was one of the things that really made me think, it shocked me to my core, because this house is filthy. And it says an upgrade from filthy situation.
He admits his house is dirty and filthy. He's saying it. My house is filthy. Oh my God, my house is so filthy. And the prophecy talked about my filthy house. He said he cut his own hair on the last show. What a loser. Does anybody remember COVID hair? My wife learned how to cut the boys' hair during COVID, and we look at some of those pictures now, and it's kind of, I don't want to hurt her feelings. She did her best, but when COVID first started and she first started doing the boys' hair, it was bad, man. It was bad. They looked like the Three Stooges, and eventually, though, she figured it out, right? Eventually, she got good at it, and now she cuts their hair sometimes, especially during the summer, because they both like burr cuts, and that's easy. You just take the clippers and, do your thing. But cut your own hair. Who cuts their own hair? Dude, you're like a millionaire. You live in $1 million mansion. You can't afford a fucking haircut, you loser. By the way, I shouldn't bitch, because I need a haircut bad, because it grew in all funny, and if I don't comb it just right, like it's a mess. I got to get a haircut.
Something much more luxurious.
But I don't let my wife cut my hair. She would if I asked her. She asked me once in a while, do you want me to cut your hair? And I'm like, no, that's all right. I'll go to the barber.
Awaits you. An upgrade from filthy situations to something much more luxurious. Well, I find out now that when you have a log home that it's filthy, because you're always infested. You can't keep the mice out. They always have ways to get in.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I have a log home. My cabin in the Poconos. It's not filthy, but I will say this. My log home is very dusty because of the mortar, little dust particles or whatever in the mortar between the logs comes down. I blow out my cabin with a leaf blower a couple of times a year because it gets really dusty. But anyway, he's full of shit. You can keep the mice out. You got to go around and seal everything up, and then you have to have a treatment plan for your home that includes putting things like poison in the crawl spaces or in the basement or in a couple places in the house, so that if they do get in, they die pretty, like he turns everything into some big, huge problem. Oh, my house is filthy because it's a log home. No, your house is filthy because you're a lazy moron that doesn't clean his house.
I killed 2 mice just the other night. And so that's part of the problem, right? Is like, if you leave this house alone for months at a time, as my ex-wife and I, we'd come back here in like May from Sedona. Even our cleaning lady couldn't get all the mouse poop. There would be mouse poop everywhere. It's on the carpet. It's on your furniture.
Wow, he's filthy. Listen, if you have mouse shit all over your house, first thing that you have to do is declutter your whole house. Then you have to clean all the mouse crap. Then you have to treat the home. You have to go get traps and things like, the poison. They sell these little locked boxes. That's what we use because we have children. You don't want to just put block out. I do it at the cabin, but they're not there. They sell these little boxes that lock, and you put the poison in. The mouse goes in, eats the poison, comes out and dies. It's not hard, David. It's not rocket science, but you are a spoiled rich brat that never had to take care of your own problems. You're the kind of rich loser that has to hire people to do everything. This fucking guy couldn't change a battery in a smoke detector. He's helpless. He's a helpless, spoiled, rich man-child.
It's on your bed. There's literally all these turds on your bed, on your pillow, on the floor. It's your car gets infested, your whole engine. And
This is what happens if you don't treat the problem, you asshole. Why, if you got all this money, why don't you just call an exterminator? And by the way, I worked for an exterminator for a while. There's exterminators which will charge you for an annual service contract. So in other words, if you got a mouse problem like this, you just pay the exterminator like $200 a year. and they'll come out to your home a couple times a year and treat the home and prevent this from happening. But you, David Wilcock, are a moron, apparently.
Car is covered with mouse poop. The mice get inside your car. You see little turds on your dashboard. You see little turds next to your stick shift.
Yeah, if you ignore the problem.
So yeah, it is.
Apparently, David Wilcock's house has been infested with mice for years, and he's done nothing about it.
Actually filthy here, and you can get hantavirus from this. So this definitely makes me say, okay, do they want me to sell my house? Maybe they do. You know, so that's one of the things.
Yeah, the angels want me to sell my house because I'm too lazy to treat it for the mouse infestation.
Maybe we're going to do that. Think of this in terms of the service that you provide.
What?
And you're trying to have a
service? What service does Wilcock provide? What service does he provide?
It's filthy because you're always infested. As my ex-wife and I, in your car.
His car is covered with mouse shit, and he's done nothing about it for all this time. He talked about his garage being infested with mice a year ago. You're just letting the mice take over your garage, you loser?
With mouse poop, the mice get inside your car. You see little turds on your dashboard. You see little turds next to your stick shift.
And most people would do something about that, not just ignore it like a moron.
So yeah, it is actually filthy here, and you can get hantavirus from this. So
he's admitting that he lives in a filthy house. Great.
This definitely makes me say, okay, do they want me to sell my house? Maybe they do.
Oh, he did mention that he had a cleaning lady. Okay.
You know, so that's one of the things I'm looking at, as I've been saying.
But she couldn't get all the mouse shit.
We're going to do that. Think of this in terms of the service that you provide and your own relative ability to become a nonstop channel for positive forces only.
Positive forces don't scam people with fake predictions. Positive forces, angels don't scam people for $333, you loser.
This is so important, right? Like all the stuff that we're going through, because this is a message to you guys as well as me.
Oh, this is a message for you guys too. You guys should know how important I am, right?
If the first wave solar flash of 2025 that Michael always talks about is true.
If it's true, you've been telling everybody it's true for 3 years now.
It's going to be so significant that you'll be able to heal yourself. A lot of people were talking about health problems.
Here's the hopium. He is literally offering hope to hopeless people that are sick, maybe terminally. This is a scumbag. This is something a scumbag would do. Oh, don't worry about your cancer, because when this solar flash event and ascension comes, you'll be able to be totally healed from anything that ails you. You know that old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That's a very true statement. And Wilcock constantly promises people things that sound too good to be true, right? It's ridiculous that he gets away with scamming people so openly.
You'll be able to heal yourself. A lot of people were talking about health problems. They have cancer, they have this, they have that. If you can't heal yourself, somebody else will be able to heal you. So like I have a friend, Arthur, in the nursing home. He doesn't have an easy time walking right now. I've told him, you know, if this stuff that Michael is teaching us is really true.
If this stuff Michael is teaching us is really true. You've been taking money from people for 3 years, telling everybody it's true, and now you're saying if it's true?
Experience a full healing and not have to be in the nursing home anymore. So that's really great.
So if you're in a nursing home, don't worry, because ascension is coming and you'll just be able to get healed. What a scammer. What a total scammer.
Doc Apollo, ultrasonic mouse repellent for cars and Amazon. Yes, there are different things you can try.
He's a moron. Somebody suggests an ultrasonic mouse device, which, by the way, they don't work really well or at all, in my opinion. We had ones in our house in Philly, and they would walk right by it. But anyway, it emits an ultrasonic frequency that the mice don't like. And humans can't hear it, but the mouse can, and it's supposed to annoy them so much that they leave the home. Somebody just suggested that to him, and now he's going to say they're too loud. Hey, moron! They're ultrasonic, which means you can't hear them at all, you moron.
But the point is, you know, those typically are very loud. My neighbor has one. It's going, you, over and over again. It's like
No, they're ultrasonic, you moron.
all
You
day,
can't even hear them.
all the time. When you drive in front of his house, you're hearing this crazy noise. I don't think I could handle that. And it's right next to where my birds are all eating. So I don't want them to be scared off by that kind of
All
stuff.
right, well,
So
he's wondering
it's
why
just a
he
very
has mice. He's throwing turkey feed out. He's throwing bird seed out. Bird seed attracts mice.
very tricky situation. How do you stop the infestation?
Well, a good start would be to stop putting bird seed out and leaving food out for turkeys, you moron.
And you really just have to have it be fought. So if I were to keep this house, I'm definitely going to need to have somebody coming here and cleaning it just to keep up with the infestation, setting mouse traps, cleaning the mouse traps when they fall.
Yeah, you could do that yourself. Just go to Home Depot, you spoiled man-child, rich kid brat. Go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, go to Walmart. Everybody sells mouse traps and mouse poison, you asshole. Right? I guess you want your followers to pay for this infestation of mice that you've ignored for a year or more.
And a mouse goes in there, cleaning up all the turds that appear.
Isn't it great that like every problem he has, he expects his followers to take care of for him? Oh, I need you guys to help me so I can pay my IRS debt. Oh, I need you guys to help me so I could go on a $25,000 2-week vacation. Oh, I need you guys to help me so that, I'm barely surviving here. Now I'm going to want you guys to pay for the exterminator and the cleaning lady because I'm too lazy to get up off my rich, fat, bald, lazy ass and do something to help my situation.
Everywhere. So an upgrade from filthy situations to something much more luxurious awaits you. Yeah, I think I'm ready for that. Okay.
Yeah, and Macario says, can you imagine saying you're ready for an upgrade while sitting in a $2 million, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,600 square foot house with heated floors? Oh, I didn't know that. His house is 3,600? Well, I think my house is 3,500. That's interesting. So he's only got a slightly larger house than me. And my house is 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. That's interesting. That must mean that I have a better house than him. I think I do. I don't know. What was this the last one?
Fuck Apollo, ultrasonic.
Oh, yeah. That was the last one. Let's move on.
Consciousness is speaking through. That could be what it's about. It also could be about.
He says in this clip that he was purposefully being celibate. I think that ended when Beskar made his first visit. Then the brother a week ago. There was also some imps. Yeah, David Wilcock said that he got butt banged by gray aliens. And this is after he's already claimed that he got butt banged by reptilian aliens. So there's been 2 different alien species inside David Wilcock's rectum. Isn't that great?
The idea that maybe there will be love in my life again. Someone is ready to take your call. You don't have to be celibate.
Someone's ready to take a cum shot from Wilcock? Is that what you're saying? What woman would be willing to bang this loser?
I was big into celibacy.
You couldn't make your wife come. She had to resort to using a cucumber to get herself off, you loser.
At this time, by the way, I was trying really, really hard and just convinced I was going to be by myself. I wouldn't be with anybody.
Oh.
And they just shot that down in the middle of this reading. So that was very, very interesting. And again, being out here in this house, you're totally geographically isolated. This is
now he's going to make excuses for why he can't get laid.
Populated area. I don't have any social circle around here, which makes it easier to potentially leave.
Oh, it's easier for him to leave. These are like bullshit. Imagine if you lived in a $2 million house, but you can't meet a woman, you can't get laid. Dude, if I lived in that place, I would be balling if I was single. Like, you go out, you meet some women, you invite them over to your mansion, right? Like, what are you doing, man? You are a loser. Can't get laid with a $2 million house.
I ended up going with someone to this party. As soon as I walked in the door, it was no longer fun at all. Very unpleasant, in fact. I was greeted once by a guy who had on a t-shirt that was black. He was acting gay.
Oh, he's dreaming about gay dudes again. Why is David Wilcock's dreams all about butt stuff, gay dudes, penises, and gay dudes? Like, He's got to be thinking about gay dudes a lot and rectums and penises because he's constantly telling his followers that he dreams of rectums and penises and butt banging and all this.
But also belligerent and confrontational. Well, this is clearly another symbol of the DS. And again, the previous metaphor is the cops are about to arrest him. So now I'm in one of their parties.
He's in a party
Okay,
with
that's
gay
interesting.
dudes? I could see that.
One of the first things he did was suggest that I had a message that I had written to him that was stored in my front pocket, and he kept trying to get it from me.
Yeah, he dreams about
I
pee
looked
as
down
well.
and realized I did have a 3x5 index card in my pocket. He was taunting and teasing me and acted like I didn't belong there when I came in, and he spotted me right away. So I think this is
Imagine
talking
how much of a bloated sense of self-importance you have to write down this dream from 1999 and pretend like it means something now.
card represents like the files that are going to be released.
The files are never going to be released, you moron.
He followed me around when I got inside the party, implied very strongly that he wanted me to be intoxicated with him and expected me to do it. I ended up going with
So
someone.
a gay dude was trying to get Wilcock drunk and butt bang him? Is that what he said? I think that's what he's saying. A gay dude wanted to get him drunk and butt bang him. My God.
Then this guy who was following me around came in again. There was a bathroom now, and it looked like all the stalls in the bathroom were disgusting, covered with mess.
He's dreaming about shit in toilets.
Guy came in after the woman had thrown her shoes in the toilet, and he was standing in front of each stall, and there was a sound like he was urinating. Okay. I think the beings are definitely telling me I need to break now and actually go take the bathroom break.
Bro, I had a dream about shitty toilets and somebody pissing. I got to take my bathroom break now? What is he talking about, this clown?
He reminded me of my friend Mike from college a little bit.
He needs meds in
And
a
I
padded
realized
room.
what sounded like
says
urination. It's
Vicario.
also interesting, right? Because I'm talking about the sound of urination. We had the hail falling at the end of the video. The rain sounds like pee, right? So that's interesting. It was actually him having incontinence. He had diarrhea at the back of his pants, and it was streaming in.
He's
so
dreaming about somebody having a shit attack.
Disgusting. I could hardly even believe it. There was huge quantities sitting there. It was dumbfounded by the grossness. And that's what woke me up. Well, that's how we're all feeling right now.
If you had a dream about somebody shitting all over a toilet, would you make slides about it? Would you really make slides about that dream?
As we realize what these people really are as we put out the fire.
This is prophetic stuff.
Okay, let's back up. I live in a small town. We have one health food store.
Oh, poor David. He had a shit attack. This is the bowel movement update. He's so hard up for material. He has nothing to talk about. He talked for like 20 minutes or a half hour about his bowel movements out of a 3-hour stream.
And for whatever reason, their supplier had a
I mean,
cyber
I didn't time it, but
attack. They're also low on money. They're trying to raise $50,000. And I'm broke right now, so I haven't been able to help them with that, except I've made a couple of them in the beginning. But so they're looking for donations, and they're also having a supply chain crisis. And so the coconut yogurt that I love, that I typically would eat every night and helps to keep me regular, has not been available.
oh no, he can't get the yogurt he needs to keep his asshole healthy. Oh no, poor David.
So I had
Well, I guess with all those aliens butt banging him, he really needs good rectal health, right? He has to have good rectal health to get butt banged by reptilians and gray aliens.
strawberries and blueberries, but I didn't have any yogurt to put them in. So last night, I said, I really got to keep eating this stuff. Let me eat some strawberries and blueberries.
And here,
And I just mixed them
he's
up
going to talk about a shit attack. He had a diarrhea attack.
with honey and a little bit of coconut water, which I did have, not coconut yogurt, but I did have coconut water. So sure enough, as a result of eating the fruit just last night,
Here's the bowel movement update we've been waiting for. Breaking news. David Wilcock ate a bunch of blueberries and strawberries with coconut milk, and it made him almost shit himself.
that was one of the reasons why I kept staying up all night, couldn't go to sleep, because I kept having to wake up and I'd have another bowel movement and another bowel movement. And I said, this has got to be somehow representative of releasing all this toxic emotion out of my body. That's what the law of one says.
Oh yeah. If you're taking too many dumps, that's because you're releasing toxins from your body. Like, who goes on a public live stream to talk about their bowel movements? Nobody but Wilcock would do this. And look at this. So much shit. Oh man, what a loser. Hey guys, you want to hear about my rectal health and my bowel movements?
So and there's a symbol in the bathroom of all this diarrhea, right? Well, that's what I was having. I mean, every hour I'd get up and I had more diarrhea.
My dreams were prophetic because in 1999 I dreamed about a guy crapping all over a toilet and having a diarrhea attack. And last night I had a diarrhea attack. Oh my God, guys, I'm so psychic.
More releases. And I just always would bless it and say, you know what?
He's blessing his
This is a
own
positive.
shit.
It's getting me out of this toxic emotion that I've held inside me. Michael is telling us how you're going to acquiesce to the will of the higher forces if you're on the positive path. That's really what this is all about. It was a big cleansing before our show, and I do feel very clean. I mean, so the fruit was amazing.
I hope he took a shower after shitting so many times.
In fact, I think the eating strawberries and blueberries before bed without yogurt was a more powerful cleanse than the yogurt.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got your asshole all cleaned out, buddy.
Included.
You got to make room for the alien penises, you know?
By a long shot. I mean, there's just no question about it. We're still holding true 4,000 viewers.
Yeah, you've got 4,000 live viewers, and you're telling them about how you had to take a bunch of dumps last night. Great.
So again, this is very, very weirdly time looped into something that just happened to me because I just...
This idiot, this moron thinks that him having a shit attack is prophecy. Oh, the Archangel Michael prophesied that I would have a diarrhea attack in 1999, and it happened last night, guys. This is so stupid. Trolly troll troll with one for the goal. Here's one to fund John C's ticket to DW's live event. I'd be interested in examining one of those rocks if he'd be willing to part with it. Well, we'll see what happens, but thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Thank Ra Almighty. Oh, boy. Thank you, Trolly Troll Troll. Longtime show supporter, and Plan D is here. What the hell is coming down the block? It's neighborhood rat David Wilcock. I don't know what that is, but thank you. I wonder if he likes a colonic hot coffee enemas. Probably. He likes butt stuff. That's apparent.
Integrated them into my diet last night without yogurt and then had this massive, probably I've had 9 bowel movements since I did that last night. So
he's taken a dump 9 times. That means something, guys.
Never underestimate the value of fruit. If you're doing everything else right, but you're not getting enough fruit, you might want to reintroduce that into your diet. So that's
and in case you too want to take a dump 9 times in one day. How many blueberries and strawberries did he eat?
The very scatological quality of the dream was indicative of how these issues do still need to be cleansed from the psyche. There you go.
Yeah, you need to cleanse things from your psyche as you're cleansing them out of your rectum. Great. And this is just to show that Macario's account has been locked for doing nothing but posting. All he does is post clips from David Wilcock's live stream. He was mass reported and his account was locked for doing that for us. Ridiculous.
You know, Michael is definitely giving me messages and I'm listening, and maybe it's better to just get the cash out of here and get the heck out, because by next summer, I'll probably do something that's a lower altitude and I'll be a lot happier.
Yeah, because he can't stand a winter with 9 to 10 inches of snow. That's just too much for him to handle.
If I wanted to have another place, or maybe I'll just want to be in Sedona. I don't know.
Sedona is where his ex-wife lives.
Very open-minded about it right now.
Somebody said, I think David will like his new place. Yes, David will like his new place. He's heading to a jail cell for consumer fraud, in my opinion. Or he should be, right? He should be anyway.
You know. Medbed information update, please, says Lexi Abbey. Yes, we're going to be, once we get this funding coming in.
Oh, yeah. He can fund the hover car for under $1 million, he says.
One of the first things we're going to do is work on the hover car. We can prototype the hover car for surprisingly little money, under $1 million, maybe even well under.
This guy's such a moron that is he believing Christopher Beskar can actually create anti-gravity technology? like Beskar is going to succeed where everybody else on Earth has failed. Elon Musk doesn't even have anti-gravity technology, but we're supposed to believe that a shitty aerospace company that's been scamming investors and creditors alike, according to court documents for years now, is suddenly going to come up with earth-changing technology.
Depending on how we do it. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff is coming together.
Yeah, lots of exciting bullshit. It's all bullshit, dude. You live in a delusional fantasy world.
Sorry I'm not being so funny right now, you guys, but I am tired because, again, I ate strawberries and blueberries, and then I was pooping like every hour all night. Just it's massive cleanse. That was in our time loop.
Oh, it was in our time loop that I was going to have a shit attack. Yeah, that must mean that this is all real. We will check in with the Kick Chat and check in with the goal as well. Checking in with the Kick Chat now. We want to welcome all of you Kick Chatters. No money, no honey tonight on Kick. Must be a brokey crowd over there. Scooter the Pooter is the last person to offer some support on Kick, and we're thankful for that. So I'll take a couple comments and questions from the live chat while we... Oh, no, this is the wrong one. Oh, I thought this was something else. I can't find the video with the channeling now. I thought I had it. 1 second. I have to get more organized. I found it 3 times before, but checking in with the goal, we're way light. We're at 12 of 30. If we get to 15, we will do the overtime. How's that? For half the goal tonight, I will do the overtime. And we have one from Mariac7989. What is he talking about? How do people keep giving him money? Well, he needs money for blueberries and strawberries so he can clean out his rectum so that the alien, reptilian aliens can butt bang him and the gray aliens can butt bang him. That's what he needs the money for. He needs rectal cleansing, right? It's gross.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
1 second here. So comments or questions for me, please put them in all capital letters. And I am David Wilcock channeling Rob, but that's not the one. I have the original one. We've already done that, but there was a new one that I found from the Kevin Moore show. And of course, I'm having trouble finding it right now. Church Song Bonanza. There's some Corey Good videos in here. One moment. Oh, I have found it. This is from a segment from the Kevin Moore show that first aired on March 22nd, 2020. And it's a very little known, and by the way, thank you, Mariac7989 for your kindness. Much appreciated. I will trust that we'll get another 3 super chats as we go through this. So we're doing the overtime for half the goal. Just want to put that on the record. You've never seen Darkside Phil do the overtime or do the bonus material for half the goal, but I will because I'm not a cocksucker. If you ever get back to Roswell, I'd love to meet you in person. I live 3 hours away. Sure, I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I will get back there someday soon. I'd like to. Wilcock has that feeling. Rectal healing. Yes, very good. David's new character. Teensmus Daddy? I don't know what that means, but yeah, we'll allow it. All right, so we're gonna do the bonus material, and this is fair use. It's a transformative work. We're educating the public and critiquing the video which we are sharing. This is coming to us from the Kevin Moore show. For those unaware, he does a show all about crystal hippie bitch stuff and channeling and new age kind of stuff. But he's surprisingly not too much of a wackadoo. Friend of the show. Let's get into this. 1 second. I want to make it big here. There we go. So this is going to be about David Wilcock channeling Ra. And Kevin Moore sort of interviews the co-author of his book in which he claimed that he was Edgar Cayce reincarnated. And you could visit his YouTube channel. Just
Welcome
search for
back
Kevin
to
Moore.
another edition of the Kevin Moore Show. Now, on today's show, I'm going to be interviewing the author, Winfrey. Now, Winfrey co-wrote the book on David Wilcock being the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. Now, to give a bit of background on Winfrey, he currently resides in the Arizona area. He is a songwriter, poet, and freelance writer.
Sounds like
He
a
is also
wackadoo.
co-author of the book, The Reincarnation of Edgar Cayce, Interdimensional Communication and Global Transformation.
And by the way, just so everybody is aware, the Edgar Cayce Foundation, when David Wilcock started making these claims, met with David Wilcock, declared that he was not the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce, and asked him to stop claiming that and stop selling a book making false claims about their father or their family member. Wilcock refused to take the book off the market, refused to stop making these claims, even after Edgar Cayce's family and the Edgar Cayce Foundation basically demanded that he stop lying to everybody. They have a test in which people can take it if they claim to be Edgar Cayce reincarnated. David Wilcock refused to take that test. And apparently, members of the Edgar Cayce Foundation and Edgar Cayce's family both felt very strongly that David Wilcock, in fact, was not the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce, and that he was basically scamming people with these false claims. Just to put that on the record.
Now, in the book, Winfrey explores the remarkable parallels between the work of David Wilcock and the legendary Edgar Cayce. Now, while he builds a convincing case that the two men share the same source of channeled information and that Wilcock might indeed be Cayce's reincarnation. So, before we go to the interview, I'm going to play back almost 6 minutes of some of David's original channeling.
Now we're going to get into the good stuff. David Wilcock's going to channel Ra, which he now claims is not Ra, but the Archangel Michael.
Where David brings through the Ra group with Winfrey over the phone. Now, this was taped sometime back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So enjoy my interview with Winfrey.
I am Ra. We greet you in the light and love of the one infinite creator. We communicate now through the entity known as David Wilcock, and we are ready for your first question.
Thank you. Could you explain how in the cosmos you are able to communicate through David?
So this is David channeling Ra for his co-author. It's basically like it's like, let's play pretend. I'll pretend I'm channeling Ra and you pretend I'm really doing it. This is such garbage, childish nonsense.
Material has been covered before, but we shall speak briefly on this point. The connection that we have is what we have previously...
I thought he said it's Ra or the Archangel Michael. Why does he keep saying we? As if they're multiple entities? This doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be one entity. And David Wilcock's not even sure who the entity is. For years, he said he was channeling Ra. Now he's saying he was channeling the Archangel Michael.
Referred to as a narrow band vibration. This means that the degree to which the in-streaming energies penetrate through the vehicles or layers of the soul
sounds like
within
nonsense
the
to
entity
me.
we are speaking requires a very precise bandwidth, if you will, of frequency. This necessitates an extreme purity in the workings, and on behalf of the entity doing said channeling process. This does then indicate the degree of difficulty to which such a connection must be secured.
He's just mumbling nonsense, in my opinion.
By virtue of the fact...
And I'm sorry about the audio. I should have tried to clean this up before broadcast. I apologize.
...that it is not a wide stream of available focus. In many other cases of channeling, there is the opportunity for the entity involved to have some degree of free will choice over the wordings and over the precision of thoughts and how they are expressed in their various forms through language as the vehicle.
I agree.
In this case,
We do need
however,
puppets for this.
we feed
Clown
the words
puppet.
into David's mind complex through a very precise process, and each of these words are very carefully chosen. This is the difference, and it requires a higher form of attenuation and focus than other forms of channeling that allow for a greater degree of flexibility, fluidity.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chill Station 7 with $2 says the only raw in Wilcock's life is him getting raw dogged. I agree. I agree. I agree. What can I say?
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it. And Skyprop says, Dave, oh man, David is high. Yeah, he probably gets smoked up. I get it. I was muted. I figured it out. Thank you, guys. Sounds like David Wilcock has a bad connection. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get an image. If somebody has an image of David Wilcock dressed as a clown, can somebody do that for me? I can animate the image and put it to this audio. And then we'll have a bonus video for the week of a clown pretending to channel Ra.
And improvisation in the status and nature of the working as such. Does this answer your question, my brother?
On our planet right now,
He's a
we seem
shitbird.
to be in a place of uncertainty in the world. People are afraid of things that are going to happen. People don't know about the future. And
He
the
has the
particular
rock tumbler
topic
on.
for this article
Them
that
rocks.
this interview is covering is concerning the world in 2003, the changes that are happening in the world, and how people can relate to them. Is that too general to present, to have you discourse on?
We do find that the question bears enough resemblance to an appropriate query.
Yeah,
as
I
to be
will try
worthy
that.
of
I will try that,
some
Caleb.
degree of litigation at this point. So we shall proceed as planned.
Koresh vibes,
The
yes.
litigation that we refer to is that legal work.
Let me
in
consult
one
my
that would
magic
seek
8
to
ball.
engender the law of one.
It's probably more
in
accurate.
mind, body, and spirit focus. This focus then redirects one's vital energies towards the seeking of the original creative thought that unifies the universe in a way that no other thought has or ever will. This original thought is that of unity, of love and wisdom, as the paired components of the photon.
Of the paired components of the photons. This is just new age word salad nonsense.
Which then forms your physical reality system. Understand that the vibratory qualities of your sphere have been in flux
Yes, you're
for
right.
some measure of your years of time.
Ra has
You
his
would think
arm up David's rectum, using him as a
these
sock
changes
puppet.
revolve around
Suffer,
the
rectum!
passage of your galaxy, or what you would refer to as solar system, into a higher level of etheric density in what you would refer to as your galaxy of the Milky Way. These
Thanks for putting a smile on my face, Echo Piccolo. With 199 says, David, get an OnlyFans channel. Less humiliation and more money. That is correct, sir.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cash.
That is right. Ra commands you. Review Tech Mongolia with one for the goal. Did we praise the cash enough to hit the goal? Shame on you guys. Now Steven can't do Canby and tries it Burger King edition. No, see, I'm not a dickhead of a show host, so we didn't even, I don't think we got half. We got 12 of 30. and I'm still giving everybody the bonus overtime content. This is good stuff. But thank you, Review Tech Mongolia, for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Vibratory qualities. What's his thing? Yes, this doesn't make sense. Of course not. He's just spouting new age nonsense. It doesn't mean anything.
Zones of energetic.
Yeah, and by the way, why would either an angel or an Egyptian god give secret or sacred knowledge to a lifetime con artist scammer that swindles people?
Density are naturally layered in such a fashion as to appear to be like the pinwheel spiral when seen from the northern galactic pole looking downward.
At least we know who wrote Kamala's speeches.
These zones of energetic density are also corresponding with frequencies.
Yes, he does need
of
longer
consciousness
streams. We need more content on
and
him.
levels
Yes.
of development.
Such a
within
liar,
said
gross to
consciousness.
hear. Yes.
We have spoken before about the degree to which these changes have resulted in the appropriate adjustments to the DNA of the physical bodily forms.
Oh, they're
This is a
changing
natural
DNA.
consequence of the changing structures that you are passing into. Many of those on your plane who have studied.
Hi, my name is Winfrey, and I am.
Here's the wackadoo that wrote the book that claims David Wilcock is the reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. He's a wackadoo, and even the Edgar Cayce Foundation asked them to stop making these false claims, and they both went ahead with selling the book anyway because they're scumbags.
The principal author of the book about David Wilcock that I wrote with him called The Reincarnation of Edgar Cayce.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. But there we have it. That is the bonus content. I want to thank everybody for your kindness, generosity, and support. We'll check in with the Kick Chat one more time, make sure we don't have anything new to call out. No, still no money, no honey on the. I'm turning that Kick stream off tomorrow. I'm just doing it. Yeah, he paid this guy to write the book for him. Yes, yes. The angle of my dangle is in proportion to the heart of the meat, Mr. Wilcox. What's the yogurt? What's the yogurt can? What? Yogurt can, I guess, maybe. Yeah. If any entity was trying to help humanity, the info warnings would not be for sale. I absolutely agree with you. Great show as always, mate. Comments or questions for me, put them in all capital letters. David Wilcock is a robot. He's a shitty one. Joe Biden is more cognitive than David Wilcock. That is correct. And Nathan Now 5754 with one for the gold. Just finished your previous show on Wilcock. I always knew that he was scammy, but your last show was a masterclass exposure of the scammer he truly is. Yeah. A lot of times people will ask me, Nathaniel, I think that's Nathaniel, right? Nathan Now or Nathaniel. A lot of people ask me occasionally, what's your favorite Truth Seekers episode? And my favorite episode of all time was the swatting episode, which we just did a replay of. It's been about a year since he claimed that I got him swatted. We were able to get the body cam footage and show what a complete and total lying scammer this clown is. We felt at him so hard, he saw stars, right? And he's not having shit attacks because of blueberries and strawberries. He's having anxiety-driven diarrhea attacks because I'm coming for his scam, Nathan Now. But thank you. That is my favorite all-time episode of The Wacky World of... It's my favorite Truth Seeker show ever. And thanks to Spooky for doing the awesome editing on that episode. You can go down to our video section and catch that one if you haven't seen it already. I think it's the best show we ever produced. Thank you, Nathan Now.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
The deposition of David is coming, says Echo Piccolo. Oh, I hope so. And there is some news on the Corey Good front with the lawsuits. Apparently, Hidden in Plain Sight posted this. Seems Corey Good has attempted to hide something. Him and Val have filed a motion to restrict public access using Corey's own limited logic. Who tries to hide something? Innocent people or guilty people? And John Kristen Spadavacci chimes in and says, worth mentioning that this filing by Corey is to restrict docket entry 481, which was already restricted when Gaia filed it. For some reason, Corey is concurring with Gaia on this in order to put pressure on the judge to keep it hidden. If it's illegal filing, it should be public record, in my opinion. So Corey Good is trying to hide something he doesn't want people to know about in the court case. But thank you for your comment. And Chill Station 7, the MVP of support tonight with one more. Will you ever cover Pete and Roxy again? Yeah, maybe. I'll check in with them and see what scams they're up to lately.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
All right. Thank you, Chill Station 7. Very kind and generous of you being a longtime show supporter. We'll take a moment to check in with the PayPal pledgers. For those unaware, you can always send a PayPal to truthseekershow@gmail.com. That's the best way to support us. We love the super chats as well, but the PayPal pledges are great because we get to keep most of the funds that are sent there. And no money, no honey on the PayPal side. The summer slump continues. I myself am looking forward to fall and winter when a lot more people are watching. We get a lot more support. We always got to struggle through the summer and eke on, make it through, right? My favorite episode were the David Adair interviews by Sala. Yeah, that's something else. That's one of my favorites as well. But the David Wilcock swatting was so good because I know that people love gotcha moments, and getting that body cam and proving that he wasn't even swatted was just beautiful. That was a lucky break. I got a chatty Cathy on the phone who was bored at work, who was like, they all wear body cams. I could get you the body cam footage. I was like, oh my God, I'll do anything. Please get me the body cam. Tales of the Sonic Voyage. Some good lawyer needs to become an advocate for putting an end to these grifting shenanigans and get laws passed to personally go after them. Yeah, I agree. Arlene is reminding everybody we have a website. It's truthseekersshow.com. From there, you can get all the latest episodes, usually including whether you want the audio version or the video version. But I'm a little behind on the audio side. I think that we're missing 2 or 3 episodes on the audio side. I should have that resolved tomorrow. Yes, Plan D says it was awesome adventures. God bless Chatty Cathys. I love Chatty Cathys. They're bored. They're at work. They want to help you because it's a distraction from their job that they don't really generally probably like. David going to Gaylord Resort for Stavatti. Gaylord. Yeah, forget Star-Lord. David Wilcock is the Gaylord. It's not on Salah's channel. Got a link. Yeah, I think he took it down. I don't know. So we have done our due diligence, my friends. I will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a great show planned for you. No place I would rather be. But for now, that's all I got for you. So until next time, friends. Oh, 1 second. Let me just, we'll bookend with this. Days until January 1st, 2026. The countdown to David Wilcock's grift being completely over is nearing its end. For those unaware, David Wilcock has been scamming people, claiming you need to pay him for these books to prepare for Ascension because Ascension is coming in 2025. The only problem is he's pulled this scam twice before, and both times he's pulled this scam before, Ascension never came. So in just 148 more days, we will be able to demonstrate that David Wilcock has scammed his audience for the 3rd time now with the Ascension is Coming Soon scam. He ran the same scam leading up to the year 2000. Then he ran the same scam again leading up to the year 2012. And now he is currently running the same scam, telling his audiences there will be mass arrests and the first wave of Ascension, and it will all happen in 2025. So when no mass arrests happen and no ascension comes by January 1st, 2026, I should say. Sorry, I think I said 2025. I misspoke there. By January 1st, 2026, we will all know for a third time, like, how much of a scammer do you have to be caught running the same scam 3 times and scamming morons out of, I think collectively, those 3 times he ran this scam has probably netted him or grossed him over $1 million scamming people. $333 for the books, $333 for a course to prepare for the coming ascension. That adds up quick if you get a few thousand people to sign up for that. And according to court records, including Corey Good's deposition, David Wilcock makes over $1 million just from one course. So I, for one, can't wait until January 1st, 2026, because then we will all be able to dance all over the grave of David Wilcock's latest scam. And David Wilcock's going to be fucked. He's going to have to go away for a little while, but he can't afford to. So what's he going to do? Are you just going to stream the first week in January and go, oh, I don't know, guys, Ascension's still coming. Maybe it's 2026 now, not 2025. Don't you dare kick the can. Don't you dare move the goalpost. You already said, David Wilcock, Ascension was coming by May of 2025. May of 2025 came and went. No Ascension, no mass arrests. Now he's moved it to September. And I guarantee you, when September comes and goes and no Ascension, no mass arrest, he's going to move it to December so that he could scam everybody for as long as he possibly can with the same old tired Ascension is coming soon scam. David, tick-tock, motherfucker. Everybody's going to know come the 1st of January 2026 that I was right, that you are a scammer, that you did indeed scam all of your followers and believers out of money for these fake prophecy books, making fake predictions of shit that's not going to happen. I would bet my house that Ascension and mass arrests are not going to happen by January 1st, 2026. David Wilcock probably has the money hoarded in his mattress. Well, he's sure not paying his taxes with that, right? I heard it's possible to solve common problems. Okay. Yeah, TikTok, Chill Station is posting clocks emojis. Yes. So TikTok, David Wilcock, only 148 more days, and then everybody will know I was right. And what are you going to do then? Are you going to tell people that I'm a Satan-worshipping child predator again? Are you going to tell people I'm an evil deep state actor who stole money from your bank account? No, you fool, David Wilcock. You fell right into my trap. Everyone will know on the 1st of January 2026 that I was telling the truth about you, that you were scamming everybody. And I'm here for it. So TikTok, David Wilcock, collect that money from those morons while you can. 148 more days and your grift is over. But don't worry, friends. This is just his latest scam. I'm sure he will come up with a new scam, right? This guy doesn't deserve $15 an hour. We need to have a party, 148. Yes, on January 1st, 2026, we're going to have a panel show to celebrate David Wilcock's scam, latest scam anyway, coming to an end. But like I said, don't worry. He'll come up with a new scam, and I think he's going to come up with a new scam really quickly. He's going to have to come up with some bullshit explanation for why he was totally wrong in all of his psychic predictions of Ascension coming by 2025. He's going to come up with some excuse, and then he's going to pivot to a new scam. I guarantee it. Anime Chris says, when I ascend, does that mean I can manipulate the very fabric of the universe and take all the cash? Praise the cash. I hope I can. Yeah. Woo woo. True Seekers New Year's Eve party. No, New Year's Day party. New Year's Day party. Will DSP be a guest on that panel? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But anyway, we have done our due diligence, my friends. That's all I got for you for now. But I will be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I really hope that you will be here with me. I got a really fun show planned for tomorrow night. No place I would rather be. So for now, my friends, that's all I got for you. Good night, and God bless all of you, especially you, David Wilcock believers and followers. You are soon to become damaged disciples of a false prophet. And you damaged disciples will have to admit that David Wilcock is a con artist and a scammer who preys on weak-minded, vulnerable, hopeless people, which makes him a really big scumbag. Good night, and God bless all of you.
Disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. I know you've had your fill. It's time to take your second red pill. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. This world is fake, and now you escape. You're better off getting out of this maze. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. Disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill. Damaged disciples, you've had your fill. Damaged disciples, take a second red pill.
Oh yeah, look at that. Very good. 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 I'm David Wilcock. I'm David Wilcock. I'm David Wilcock. Cock, cock, cock. Wow. 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 Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Wilcock. 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 It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Cock. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Cock. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Cock. It's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. Cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Extraterrestrials, angels, angels, cock. Woo! 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 Cock. Woo! 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 Cock. Woo! 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 I'm David Wilcock.